Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Major Garrett in for Nora. We leave 2021 with some echoes of 2020, rising COVID cases and scaled-down New Year's Eve celebrations. There's one big difference, though. Vaccines have made a difference and reduced risk. It's already 2022 in some parts of the world, of course, and in a few hours, New York City will greet the new year with a traditional ball drop, but a smaller crowd than originally planned. We start tonight where we must, with the death of an American TV icon, Betty White. White died today at her home in Los Angeles, days before her 100th birthday. Earlier this week, White tweeted about her upcoming People magazine cover celebrating her centennial, writing, "I'm so lucky to be in such good health and feel so good at this age." Fans have already begun placing flowers on her star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. CBS's Bill Whitaker shows us the many ways in which Betty White made us laugh.
Marianne, it's Betty White.
Betty White's career spanned decades, from the 30s until now.
I never go away.
Betty Marion White was born in 1922 in Oak Park, Illinois. She first appeared on an experimental TV station in Los Angeles in 1939, hosting a live variety show in 1949 and starring in sitcoms in the 1950s.
What's so terrible about spiders?
Tell him, honey.
They go doing.
In the 60s, she hosted the Tournament of Roses parade and appeared on almost every game show you can think of, including Password, where she met and married her longtime love, the late Alan Ludden. Then came the role that was made for her. Mary Tyler Moore even said, "We need someone who can play sickeningly sweet like Betty White." White played Sue Ann Nivens, sickeningly sweet on the outside and scheming, conniving, lustful, hilarious on the inside.
Did you crash the men's room?
Of course not. I went as somebody's guest.
She was so good as Sue Ann, with 2 Emmy Awards, that she was offered much the same role in The Golden Girls, the sassy, man-hungry Blanche. But the director changed her to the opposite, the sweet, naive Rose.
I got him a golf club. But don't tell him, it's a surprise.
But Betty White didn't really become America's senior citizen sweetheart until a candy bar commercial in 2010.
You're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Baby!
Suddenly, America couldn't get enough of White, a sweet old lady with a naughty, raunchy side. Thanks to hundreds of thousands of fans on Facebook, White became the oldest host on Saturday Night Live at age 88.
I didn't know what Facebook was. And now that I do know what it is, I have to say, it sounds like a huge waste of time.
She ended up starring in the sitcom Hot in Cleveland, which once reunited her with her old co-stars.
Hello, Globs. Looks like she made it after all. You're never too old for anything. Well, maybe some things, but...
Betty White was never old at all. Bill Whitaker, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Tonight, President Biden remembered Betty White as a, quote, cultural icon who brought a smile to the lips of generations of Americans. CBS Sunday Morning will take an in-depth look at Betty White's remarkable life and career.
This is an ABC News special report.
I'm Wade Johnson in New York. We're coming on the air because the Associated Press is reporting beloved actress and comedian Betty White has died. Just weeks ahead of what would have been her 100th birthday, authorities say she passed away in her home in Southern California this morning. Considered by millions to be an American treasure and seemingly ageless, a remarkable career spanning nearly 8 decades. Betty White, best known for her roles on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Golden Girls and so many others, co-stars saying her sense of humor was sharp and quick. She was also a devoted animal rights activist. In an interview celebrating what would have been her birthday milestone, she said the secret to living a joyful life was to taste every moment. Brandy Hitt from our ABC station in Los Angeles with a look back at her remarkable life.
Hi, Rose. How's it going?
Hi, Blanche!
God, I hate morning people.
Betty White knew how to get a laugh as the sweet, ditzy Rose Nyland on the 1980 sitcom The Golden Girls, and as the devious Happy Homemaker on The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
I will see to it that your little dinner party will become a feast to remember.
But, Sue Ann...
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to rake someone's tail over the coals.
She won 2 Emmys for playing the catty Sue Ann Nivens, 7 in all during a career that spanned nearly 6 decades.
Alvin.
Wait a minute. Turn off the teeth, Elizabeth.
She produced her first sitcom, Life with Elizabeth, one of the few women in the early 1950s to wield such control. White never looked back.
It's time to say hello again.
White had her own talk show, appeared in sitcoms, and was a frequent guest star on popular series like Boston Legal.
Use this. It has special powers.
She caught the eye of a new generation in 2009's The Proposal with Sandra Bullock, and new offers came in.
You're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
This ad was the talk of the 2010 Super Bowl. She got a new television series hot in Cleveland, and then came Saturday Night Live, a Facebook campaign that made her the oldest person to host the show.
I'm 88 and a half years old, so it's great to be here for a number of reasons.
But as good as she was at it, acting was simply a way to finance her passion, animals.
My life is divided in 2 halves, show business and animal business. 2 things I love the most, but I have to stay in show business to pay for my animal business.
Betty White truly was TV's golden girl.
People say I look like Wilma Flintstone. Not when she was on the air, more the way she looks today.
Our thanks to Brandy Hitt for that report. Betty White was 99 years old. We'll have much more on the passing of Betty White later on this evening on World News Tonight. For now, I'm Whit Johnson in New York. We'll send you back to regular programming.
This has been a special report from ABC News.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.